Rich Mnisi, a celebrated South African creative, director, designer, artist, is making a decade or marking a decade of his eponymous label, Rich Mnisi. And to commemorate this milestone, Mnisi has partnered with Foschini to create a limited edition capsule collection. And this collaboration, it celebrates Foschini's 100th anniversary, honors the women who have shaped both brands. And the partnership is a fitting celebration of Rich Mnisi's 10-year milestone, Foschini's centennial year, highlighting the power of collaboration and the dedication to South Africa's fashion story at large. Rich Mnisi joins us here in studio to chat further. On that note, good morning. Welcome.
Good morning. Thank you so much for having me.
Rich, congratulations.
Thank
10
you.
years, you're sitting here.
It's crazy.
Can you, if you reflect back, 10 years now, partnering even with Foschini, 100 years, you have played your part in South Africa's fashion story and cultural exchange.
Yeah, it feels like the brand is 2 years old, to be honest. Things are moving so quickly. But I think it's because we're always learning, and I just feel like a lot of creators of color, they're the first people to do what they're doing. So you're learning on the job. That's why I don't feel the 10 years, because I feel like I'm still learning a lot. But it's also so beautiful to be able to work with brands and collaborate with brands and have conversations, have bigger conversations, because that's why I wanted to create the brand, to have conversations and almost create a platform where we can plug in and have different conversations with different brands that I grew up admiring as well. Like, you know, Foschini is a brand that has always been in my life. Just my parents, my aunts, everyone used to wear Foschini, and it's something that I was always like seeing around me and what it meant to them and what it meant to show up for people. So, it's beautiful having those moments and creating those moments for people as well.
Can we get further into that? It is very nostalgic in terms of that collaboration. But you're speaking about that story, having your story told through clothes and through your arts as well. That's deeply emotional. Can you tell us about that intention? Why it resonates so well with the public at large?
Well, so when I started the brand, so initially it was actually called Oath in 2014, and then I rebranded in 2015 because I really felt like I wanted to create a brand that celebrates being African and being South African. Similarly to how you see heritage brands in Europe, they speak their family names alive and they create a legacy that outlives them. And that's what I wanted to create. I was very intentional about why Mnisi was there and what it says for my family. And every single collection is inspired by a family member or a family experience. It's all anchored by the things that I grew up seeing around me. And I thought it was very important for, I think, South Africans to also just log into the fact that we are the first in doing what we're doing. So we need to be loud about it and we need to be proud.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And you've managed to collaborate with so many amazing individuals and souls along the way. You've got some muses as well that we're aware of. Can you tell us a little bit more about how that synergy would have happened, how you would have found each other, and how that magic was created?
Well, so with Foschini, the beautiful thing was, they're turning 100 years and we're turning 10 years this year. Their birthday is actually in October and ours September. And 10 times 10 is 100. So it was just a perfect marriage. And also just going back to, I guess, the stories that I experienced growing up. Like, I always speak of like this idea of triple M, Manyalong, Mafung, Miketing. And that's where that's where you'd see women show up and, they'd always go to store, buy whatever is on the mannequin, buy the full look and show up the next day and stunt. And, that's what I grew up seeing in Soweto. Like, every time it was just people just showing up, and whatever occasion it is, whether they know you or they don't know you, whether you're a stranger, they will always show up.
Yeah.
And that's just the beautiful part. And even with that, when we were picking the muses for the campaign, I really, really wanted to have Connie Ferguson there because, again, rooted in something I just grew up seeing.
Absolutely.
And it was just so humbling having her on set. But it was so intimidating, actually, because, we've seen her grow. We've seen her from when she was a teenager to what she is today. And it was just so humbling seeing, I guess, a reference of what potentially my future looks like or Sarah's future looks like. Yeah. And really, that's why we really wanted to have her there as just a symbol of tomorrow, a symbol of growth, a symbol of just working on your craft and just nailing it. And that's why when we casted people that we could also see have that same trajectory. And also it was just an inspiration for us, you know, the next 10 years as well.
Exactly.
Is inspired by that.
It's ever evolving. I'm so glad you've spoken to that, because I wanted to reimagine or imagine where to from here 10 years in. What else can we expect? You're nostalgically reminiscing about, you know, the past, some of those heroes that you would have grown up watching, Sophia Town, the fabrics, the culture, that nostalgia. So where to from here for the next 10 years and beyond?
For the next 10 years, more exploration, more conversations as well. There's exciting things that we're launching in
You're being so
2026.
2026.
No, but I'm super secretive, actually. I sign NDAs all the time. Like,
good.
I even hand them out.
Yourself.
No, I think it's just nice to protect the work and also just let it grow and ferment, you know, without having noise sometimes. So that's why I just prefer to keep those things just sealed and surprise people. You know, it's always nice to get a surprise and be like, okay, I didn't see that one coming. You know, people didn't see this collab coming, and it's so beautiful seeing the reception of it.
Good. I wonder if you even look at some of the inspirations around you, whether they're local designers, artists, whether they're international. Who continues to evoke and inspire you on that front as you continue to evolve?
I really enjoy Zoe Mudika. She's an incredible, she's an incredible musician, and I think her energy and the way she performs is just so inspiring. Like, it's almost like something possesses her, and you're just like, it's so beautiful to watch. And of course, artists like Nangaliso and Tebe Magugu are a huge inspiration. Neo Serati, Sindiso Kumalo, Shirley Mukwena, you know, those are really great creators that are really shaping the future of South Africa. So,
Yeah. Okay. So you're part of that discourse now. You're part of connecting and evolving our art landscape. It couldn't have come without challenges. It couldn't have come without setbacks, lessons learned as well. And 10 years is a long time. It's that 10,000-hour rule, right? Where you get to reflect and also look back in hindsight. Any moments that stand out for you that you could have learned from and then taken back the lesson, and now you get to share it with people? Yeah.
I mean, like I said earlier, you're learning on the job every single day. I mean, there was a time in 2020 when we were actually busy with our Adidas collab.
Yes.
And I received an email from them saying, hey, can you please talk to the owner of Rich Mnisi? I'm like, it's me. They're like, no, it's someone else. You know, they gave me that person's name. And then I had to do that investigation. And, you know, it turns out, you know, someone in China had registered the brand, and they own the brand, and I had to buy it back. And, you know, those are the lessons you learn on the job. And no one will tell you that, you know, especially because, like, again, we're the first to do what we're doing. So sometimes you just learn on the job. And that was crazy because I think it was just a lesson on protecting your work as well. Worldwide, you know, especially because with Instagram, we think we still live in silos, but we don't. Instagram really exposes us to the whole world. So even if you're protected within South Africa or Africa, it doesn't mean anything, because we are now sending out our work to the world all the time when we're posting on the internet. So you just have to be aware of those things and just know that you have to protect yourself all the time.
How important is travel in your work? And I'm asking this because, I mean, we know the state of our textile industry. It's almost non-existent, right? But there's so many people in the value chain that need to operate in it. So with that, yes, you're sharing your work, but there is that protection element that's needed. But there's also where you have to open up and embrace this global culture, right? Because this is how you assert Africa's voice in that global sphere.
Yeah, I mean, for us, we just do it in such a way that I think our output is something that we expose to the world. But the work, the process, I guess, the production and all those things, we keep it in-house because we just like that made-to-order feel. We also like that it becomes more personal, it's more ethical, and we also source all our fabrics locally. Because, again, 2020 was a huge lesson for me because before we created our studio in-house, we were working with external CMTs. And when COVID hit, no one had jobs. And then people were discovering that, you know, they didn't have UIF, they didn't have anything to fall on. And that's why we launched our e-commerce store. So we launched our e-commerce store as a response to what the president had said, that we can make face masks as designers.
Yes.
So that's how we launched our store. We made 5 masks and we sold them. And it gave us capital to then reinvest into all the other factories that we work with to make knitwear, and it was just so beautiful to see how everyone that was working on the pieces was just so excited that they could work again, and that they just had opportunity again, because everyone was worried about what happens next. Even those same factories thought they were going to close as well. So having that opportunity again to recharge things was so important, and it also made me realize that I can't turn back on my country, and I pretty much have to do 90% of everything that I do here.
It was a great unknown, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
obviously also gave us a chance to reimagine ourselves and find new ways and be innovative as well. The large component about your work is also about giving back. I mean, you are obviously a business owner, so you're providing jobs, but there's also that collaboration with Strass & Co. There's a charity element as well. Talk to us about how important that is for you as well.
So this coming Thursday, we have a fashion show / auction at the Zeitmarker. It is a celebration of 100 years of Foschini and also our collaboration. And we've created one-of-one pieces that will be auctioned, and this will benefit Move Africa. They empower young girls in educating them about, hygiene and also having access to menstrual products and stuff like that. So we really are supporting that. And it's beautiful that we have people like Strass, companies like Strass & Co. that create the credibility that we need for this. And also, they know how auctions work. Because the first time I heard it, I was like, wait, what? Because, I mean, I've never done it. And I've never also experienced it from, I guess, a clothing perspective.
Yeah.
So super excited to have people see what we've been working on. We've been working very, very hard on this show and collection. And I hope people really enjoy what Foschini has put together, because, working with them has also been so beautiful, because they work with their heart. And that's what I want all the time.
Yes.
And that's why we always collaborate with brands that remind us of home. Your Coca-Colas, your Foschinis, Woolworths. These are all the brands that remind us of home, that have anchored us, that have fed us, that have clothed us, So, it becomes very personal.
Rich, I need to wrap up, but I can't let you go without perhaps reflecting back, given that you've got the benefit of hindsight. What advice do you have for the younger Rich Mnisi if you look back and you obviously chart to the next 10 years and beyond?
To be honest, trust yourself.
Okay.
That's all I tell myself. Trust myself, because I think, you get distracted, especially in the industry. You look around, everyone is always moving, but you always have to just anchor yourself in who you are, and no one knows who you are like you do. So,
Just be the first-rate version of yourself,
Yep.
the second-rate of someone else.
Yeah.
Rich, thank you for your time. Thank you
so
for your
much.
work.
Thank you.
I
Bless
appreciate you. We appreciate you came here in studio bright and early. Good luck with the auction. Good luck with the next 10 years and
Thank
beyond. Designer, creative director Rich Mnisi joining us this morning, chatting about his recent collaboration, his 10-year journey, and of course what else we can expect as he continues to fly the flag high for our country, our continent and beyond. Let's leave that conversation there.